Hello guys, this is Nick from forexfornoobs.com with my midday analysis. If you enjoy this analysis, please hit the like button below and hit the subscribe button below to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more analysis, webinars, and awesome Forex education videos. Before I start, I want to tell you how my analysis works. Every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I hold a live analysis session. In the analysis, I cover all the pairs I'm currently trading. This is usually 10 to 20 pairs, and I do multi-timeframe analysis on those pairs. Multi-timeframe analysis means that I look at every timeframe I have for each pair. I do not trade all of those timeframes though. I use them for analysis. The only timeframes I actually trade are the 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and daily. The reason I do this is because price action is fluid. Price is always moving. If you look at a single time frame, you are seeing a single snapshot of price, and that can be misleading. By looking at a lot of different time frames, you get more snapshots, which gives you a much clearer idea of what price is doing right now. This also ensures that I rarely miss a trade setup. I do my multi-time frame analysis 2 to 4 times per day, so every 4 to 8 hours. This ensures that I see almost every candle forming, which makes it hard to miss a setup. I only post my analysis to YouTube once per day though, as I cannot record every time I do my analysis. You should remember, I do not find trade setups every time I do analysis. Trade setups are not always there when you want them to be. If I do not find a trade setup in the midday analysis, I might find one in the next analysis I do later in the afternoon or the evening. Trade setups aren't always there when you want them, and just because I'm doing analysis, it doesn't mean I'm going to find a setup. Also, if I do find a setup, remember that these are just potential setups. Not every setup I find is actually going to turn into a trade. Many of these setups will never trigger, or they'll just be cancelled. Just because I say that I'm considering entering a setup, it doesn't mean that the setup will actually trigger. But when they do trigger, I enter them, and I post the updates to my blog, which is linked to below. Finally, you may notice that I sometimes fast forward through parts of this analysis. I do this when I cannot find any setups on the pairs that I'm looking at. It saves you watching 5 minutes of me running through charts and saying there's no setup here. So I'll just fast forward through those boring parts. Anyway, enjoy the analysis. Today is Wednesday, the 2nd of November 2016, and the time is 10:02 here in the UK. You're looking at an USDJPY daily chart. And who took this trade yesterday? Now, I know in the webinar I said I was looking to take it on the 6 hour, but it started moving down on the 4 hour. It started moving down quite quickly on the 4 hour. And then at the entry point, it stalled for a bit. It stalled for about 20 minutes, if I remember. Because after my alarm triggered, I didn't get to my phone for quite some time. Yeah, my alarm triggered about there, so 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, it stalled for about 20 minutes. A touch longer, but yeah, about 20 minutes is around where it stalled for at the entry point. So I came back to it on the 4 hour and I just got in. The reason I got in, even though I've been hesitant to take 4 hour trades recently, but I haven't really been able to trade that much the last few weeks. I've just been so busy with a million things, and I haven't really always had my phone with me. My phone's not always been charged because I've been like on the road a lot essentially. And I haven't really been able to trade as much as I've wanted to in the last 2 or 3 weeks. So when I saw this, and I had planned to probably trade it on the 6 hour, and then I was like, oh, it's triggering on the 4 hour, and I was like, screw it, I'm in. You took it too? You're still in it, Eric? Nice. I got out here. I had a 3.35 risk to reward rate. No, actually this is actually a bit off. Yeah, I think my risk reward ratio was 3.52 at exit or something like that. Anyway, it was over 3.5, but it was over 3.5, below 3.6. So it was a pretty good risk to reward ratio on this trade, I must say. And it's brought my average up for last month, I guess, not for this month because it's the first trade this month. But my average risk to reward ratio was pretty low last month, so it's nice to get it back up there. It was a good trade. That's I was talking on Skype this morning with someone, a Forex Mastermind student. I'm not sure if you're here, if you're okay with me saying your name. No. All right, anyway, I was talking with a Forex Mastermind student on Skype, and they had not taken this trade. And they said to me, but you said that it was going to trigger. No, they didn't say that. They said, you said that you wanted to take it on the 6 hour and it moved down on the 4 hour. So why would you take the trade? And I think that's a bit of an important lesson for anyone who was looking at this on the 6 hour and didn't go in on the 4 hour. You have to understand that you can't be too tied down to any one outcome, or outcome. You can't be tied down to any one outcome in Forex, because just because you decide that you want to take this on the 6 hour because it's looking good on the 6 hour, it might trigger before that, or it might trigger after that. You can't tie yourself down to just, I'm going to trade it on that time frame and that's all I'm going to do. You have to be open, and you have to be flexible, and you have to be ready to adapt to the market, because the market, it's always going to throw some, I don't know, it's an American term, but it's going to throw curveballs at you. I can't think of a good non-American term for that. Not that it matters, it's just I'm not American, and a lot of you people here aren't, so I'm not sure if you guys get what I'm saying, but it's going to surprise you. The market is going to surprise you at times, right? So you could be expecting this on the 6 hour. It's looking good on the 6 hour, and it's only got a few hours until it closes, but then all of a sudden it starts moving down. So what do you do at that point? Do you say to yourself, well, no, I've decided I'm going to take this on the 6 hour and I'm not going to enter the trade? No, you don't do that. That's not how you do things at all. What you do is you switch down to a lower time frame, you look at it there, and you see if it's actually worth entering there, if it makes sense to enter there. And if it does, you can enter the trade. Just don't get tied down to this, don't make a decision before the trade even triggers and then stick to that decision no matter what the market does. Because the market is going to surprise you sometimes, and it is going to change your plans. So you have to be able to react to that. Get more space there. Anyway, to those of you who are still in it, good work. I closed out here, roughly. I closed out on this candle when it first spiked down. Yeah, I could have stayed in longer. Obviously, I would be at a 5.5 risk to reward ratio, but I didn't. Eric, good work staying in. Rian, how did you do on the trade? You're still in too, Dimitri? Look at this. All my students are trading better than me. What the hell? Come on, guys. You're making me look bad. Actually, you know what? I was lying. I'm still in. Yeah, I'm still in. Yeah. Sitting at a 4.8 risk reward ratio right now. Making $1 million on this trade. Yeah. But nah, seriously, I did get out at 3.5, roughly around there. Oh yeah, I agree. I wasn't going to really be around to monitor it. Like I said, I've been busy. Some of you guys know I've started off on this public speaking thing, so I'm going to be out touring Europe, I guess, public speaking, all that kind of stuff. So that has kept me so insanely busy. I didn't know what I was signing up to. Essentially, I thought it was going to be a lot easier, but I'm having fun and I'm loving it, so it's great. But yeah, it's just taking a big chunk of my time. So I was a bit busy last night. That's why I closed out. But I was really happy with the result of the trade. I mean, a 3.5 risk reward ratio is really nice. So I can't complain about the results. But to those of you who stayed in, really good job. I mean, you really, if I was there to monitor this completely and I really had the time to stay in the trade, I probably would have stayed in too, because there wasn't any clear sign of reversal. If you're looking at this downtrend, there wasn't even a higher high, so there was no sign that the reversal was dying out. There was no sign that the trend was dying out. Stupid Facebook pop-ups. How do you get rid of that stuff? I hate that stuff. So where was I? So yeah, in this downtrend, there was no real signs of price of the reversal ending. So it was good work for those of you who stayed in. Anyway, let's like I said, I need to do this analysis quick. So let's stop talking about yesterday's trade, and let's do some analysis for today. Anyone short on AUD/USD? I skipped the AUD/USD one because of what happened to the candle. It just got way too big, so that risk to reward ratio just got messy. So I didn't take the AUD/USD trade. Risk reward was way too high on that one. Oh, hey Sue. Sorry, I didn't see that you said hi. CAD/JPY is not really doing much. It's sitting above support, so. AUD New Zealand reversal. It reversed from there, but my resistance area was higher, so. Wasn't really tradable. Hello, Euro AUD. What are you doing? What is up with Euro AUD? Alright, I'm gonna pull this down a touch. Doesn't really matter, but just looks a bit better down there. Huh. Alright, this looks somewhat interesting. Let's check this out. It's on the 6 hour. Looks like it's heading down now. It's very high in the resistance area, which is a bit of a concern. Alright, it has some potential, but my concern with this is that it's pretty high up in the resistance area. So we identified resistance as being like somewhere roughly here. And the problem is that price has pushed up, way up. Wait, give me a second. I just need to quit Skype because it keeps pinging. Okay. Yeah, so what was I saying? Resistance is here, and price is well up into resistance. So my worry with this would be if we enter right now, price might do something like that. Because we do have signs of it stalling there and there. So ideally what I would want with this would be for it to form on a higher time frame. So if we got indecision forming on a higher time frame, then it's likely our entry would be lower. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take this right now. I'm going to keep an eye on it, see how it forms on the daily or on the 12 hour. But Yeah, it's too high up in resistance, and there's too many of these small bounces below it. I don't feel it's worth it right now. All right, Euro CAD. Nothing much. Euro GBP. Nothing much going on there. Euro JPY in between two support resistance areas. Euro USD. You guys remember yesterday's analysis? Remember what I said about Euro USD? I really hope any of you who were in this trade did not close out. Because I was explaining that now would be the worst time to close out, because it looks like buyers are in firm control of price and it looks like they're going to continue to push up. And not to brag, but I was completely 100% right about that. So I hope if you were still in this trade, you didn't close out yesterday. It was clear that buyers were in control of price and that they were going to continue to push up. They'd made the new high. It was very, very clear. So I really hope anyone who was still in this trade didn't close out. I did, like I said yesterday, I did skip this trade down here because my risk to reward ratio was not great. And I regret very few trades, but this is one trade I definitely regret skipping. It's going really well. This could be a big one. Like I was saying yesterday, this could be a big one. It's already a big one, because for those of you who are still in this trade, you're up by, rough estimate. You're up by about 3.6 roughly at the moment, and this could easily run up to here. This next resistance area might even break through that and run up to here. This one has potential to be quite a big reversal, because last time it bounced from there. See, it ran all the way up to here. So this one has a lot of potential. It could be 6 risk to reward, 8, but I would just hold it. Pull your stop loss up a little bit and hold on to this one. You closed out earlier, Eric? No. Why? That's one of the trades I regret most not taking this year. I followed my rules and my rules kept me out of it just because of the risk reward. It was one of those borderline ones. Like I was saying yesterday, it was like, it was just on the border of being disqualified as a trade. And when I look back over my rules at the end of this year, when I look back at all my trades, I look back at my trading diary and I go through every single one of my trades and I try to figure out common mistakes I've made in the last year, because I have made quite a few changes to my strategy. So there are going to be some mistakes that I need to solve next year. So when I go through all my statistics, it's very likely that I'm going to alter my rules, because there's been a few trades like this that have worked out really well and they were just on the borderline risk reward wise. Last year I would have taken a trade like this. Last year this trade would have fit within my rules, but this year I've changed my rules in regards to risk reward ratios, and that has meant that I have pretty much skipped a lot of good trades, but I've also skipped a lot of trades that would have ended up bad. So it's all about balancing. Next year, I'm probably going to have to alter the rules and just try to get that nice balance, that better balance. Even all these years in, I'm still making tweaks to my strategy to improve it and to improve performance. But now the tweaks are mostly to risk to reward ratios and stuff like that, because the price action part of it is pretty solid. It's just the money management side of things now is what needs tweaking. So yeah, next year I'm going to make some changes and stuff like this, I probably wouldn't skip it. It will probably fall within the bounds of my rules for entry. Anyway, let's continue with the analysis. Getting sidetracked, way sidetracked. Oh, that's a... Still going to place a resistance area here, but there's nothing really happening on New Zealand CAD, so... Yeah, let's go to something else. USD CAD, what's that up to? Still dancing around that resistance area like it was yesterday. Nothing really going on USDCHF. What's USDJPY up to? Interesting. Interesting. All right, we could have something here. Oh, come on. Why is my computer, not my computer, my charts are lagging now. All right, but we've got something interesting forming here on USDJPY. This actually looks kind of decent. On the 12-hour, we're getting signs of price stalling. Usually when I see price stalling, I like to drop down to a smaller time frame just to kind of get an idea of how long it's been stalling. So on the 6-hour, we're seeing signs that it actually has been stalling for quite some time. So we've got that entire 6-hour candle, which looks like pretty good indecision. This new 6-hour candle has continued to move down, so it made a lower low. It's not a significant lower low, but it is a lower low. But this current 6-hour candle is showing signs of indecision also. So if we go back up to the 12-hour, you know, we are seeing price stalling for quite some time. USDJPY, it says it on the top left. We are seeing price stalling for quite some time now. Yeah, so we got 12 hours, this candle is going to be 10 hours until it closes. Yeah, so by the time this 12-hour candle closes, price will have been stalling for, 18 hours. Now, oh, it's Albert. Okay, cool. I forgot that you were on your phone. So USDJPY for those who can't see my screen. 10:24. All right, we're running late. So let's get through this quick. So this looks like a pretty decent setup right now. What I want to see is this close on the 12-hour, or I want to see this candle closes in decision on the 6-hour. So we got 4.5 hours until this candle closes, or we got 10.5 hours until the 12-hour candle closes. So I'm going to be monitoring these on both the 6 and the 12-hour. But just like yesterday, things can change very quickly in Forex. So we might end up seeing this close as indecision on the 4-hour, and then it starts shooting up. So do keep an eye on all the time frames. Don't tie yourself down to the idea of trading only on the 6 or the 12-hour, because I'm saying that I'm monitoring it on those time frames. It could always end up triggering on the 4-hour. It could end up triggering on the daily eventually in a few days. So we don't really know what's going to happen. What we do know, the facts that we have right now, are that sellers have headed into an area of support. Indecision is forming. Sellers are stalling at support because buyers are trying to take control of price. The other information we have is that this pair is in kind of an overall uptrend. So price is heading up here. So this could be kind of a continuation reversal, and continuation reversals generally work out quite well. They have a higher win rate than counter trend reversals. That's what I'm looking for. I still love counter trend reversals. They are where I take most of my trades, but continuation reversals are really, really nice too. I'm trying to rush things a bit because I need to get out of here. So by rushing, it's actually ending up taking longer. All right, so based on this current 6-hour candle, based on this current one, we could get an entry around about here, stop loss around about there. But ideally, you know, I probably wouldn't trade it that way. I'd probably, by the time this candle closes, it's probably going to look quite different. So let's just say roughly it will look like this. It's just a guess. Obviously, it can change a lot. But if the entry is closer to up here, that would be a little bit better. We'll still get a good risk to reward ratio. So I would plan on taking this trade roughly like this. So even if this candle grows bigger, we still have that good risk to reward ratio. We're going to have a 2.8, 2.3, something like that, risk to reward ratio. So keep a close eye on USDJPY. Monitor it on all time frames, but I want to focus on the 6-hour and the 12-hour. But yeah, like yesterday, if this triggers on the 4-hour, I might very well take it. Let's check out no, we're not going to check out the pound pairs because I'm not trading them right now due to Brexit. So we'll end the analysis here. The only pair I'm really looking at closely today is USDJPY. Let's keep a very close eye on USDJPY. Let's see what happens. It could very well continue to move down. Like I said, this is a potential setup. The candle hasn't closed yet. It's very possible that sellers are just going to continue to control price and start pushing down. We don't really know what's going to happen, but if this candle closes as indecision, I will definitely consider entering a long reversal trade here. So yeah, thank you guys for attending the analysis. I'm sorry it was rushed today and I was all over the place, but like I said, I've got an important meeting to get to, so I really wanted to get this done and finished before 10:30, which I guess I have succeeded at doing. So yeah, thank you guys for attending. Tomorrow's analysis will go on for longer and it won't be rushed. Whoever's still holding that USDJPY trade from yesterday, really good work, guys. It's awesome. You traded that better than I did. So good work. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. Keep a close eye on USDJPY. I might not be able to post to the forum today if I enter the trade, but if someone could please post this setup to the watch list, that way anyone who's not in this analysis and who doesn't get to watch the video sees this on the watch list, and they might have a chance to take it too. And yeah, if you do take it, please do share it to the forum. You know, I'm going to try my best to share it to the forum, but I have a really busy day, so I might not be able to do it. But yeah, I'll see you guys for tomorrow's analysis. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up below. If you have any questions regarding this video, then leave a comment below and I'll respond to it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to get notified as soon as I upload my videos. My Facebook and Twitter are in the description below. Thanks again for watching and happy trading.